John Smoltz with the second lowest earned run average in postseason play among active pitchers.
The Pittsburgh Pirates in mid-season. He came over from Cleveland on July 3rd and has been platooning in right field with Lloyd McClendon ever since. Along the line and left, Ron Gant. 1 out. The umpires. Different role for Ed this season. Last year he was in the CBS booth as our umpiring consultant.
Standing right behind us.
Jay Bell bounced the first pitch to short. Jeff Blauser throws him out. So quickly 2 down.
So 2 of his 4 hits in his first 2 at-bats last year.
He had a home run in the first inning of Game 1 last year. Off to Adams. Smoltz works a 1-2-3 first. After half an inning, the Pirates nothing, and the Braves coming up.
In 4 postseason starts.
Those his numbers from this past regular season. Otis Nixon. Once Drabek's first pitch down to third. King throws him out. We are joined here in Atlanta by Jim Gray. Jim?
Thank you very much.
Blauser, the better offensive player. You might see Rafael Belliard in this series for defensive purposes. But the Braves are protecting a lead. It's lined, but caught by the third baseman King.
Number 9, third baseman.
Well, we said Jeff King would be a dominant player in this series.
We were a little bit excited at the outset of the National League Championship Series.
Got that right.
King. You're right, Tim. He is effective. All 3 balls down to Jeff King. He handled all 3 flawlessly. Each side goes in order in the first. Struck him out on 3 pitches. Well, you can imagine Bonds is trying to shed the label of a guy who has not performed well in the postseason, and it goes back to what Orel Hershiser said. 1 out, base is empty. We're in the top of the second. There is no score in Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. A lot of room in foul ground near the Pirate dugout. Pendleton has it. Merced is the game's first base runner with 2 outs in the top of the second.
John Smoltz 0-2.
Merced is running. The throw from Berryhill. Got him. Well, they say Berryhill doesn't throw as well as Olson, but nothing wrong with that throw as he gunned down Orlando Merced to end the inning. He didn't want to talk about his contract yesterday at the press conference here in Atlanta. He told us at midseason, all things being equal, he would like to be back in Pittsburgh next year. Long run for LaValliere. He's there and makes a nice play. Brian Hunter has been an effective platoon. He combined for 24 home runs during the regular season, and Sid Bream has the first hit of the ball game. A line single to center with 1 out in the second.
Sid Bream ending up hitting .261 after being 2 for his first 25.
Bonds even closer to the line now. Another borderline strike. Gant is the second out of the inning, and the first strikeout victim of the night of Doug Drabek.
Number 11.
This is the 4th 3-2 pitch, and it's ball 4, just missed inside. First walk thrown by Drabek. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Up the middle. Off the glove of Lane. Bream ran through a stop sign. Throw to the plate, not in time. 1-0 Atlanta. struck him out with the breaking ball. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Drabek, but the damage done as Sid Bream scores the game's first run on the single off the glove of Jose Lee. LaValliere then leaned and Drabek, bottom third of the order against Smoltz. It went through Smoltz. Lemke got him. LaValliere is the only man in the Pittsburgh uniform they would have thrown out on that play. Blauser gets the hustling lean by a running step. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the League Championship Series continues tomorrow. It all begins.
And was out of action until game 6. He came back and lost to Steve Avery 1-0.
And he strikes out on 3 pitches. Second strikeout for John Smoltz. We'll return to Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium after this word from your local station. Slap to the right side, the lean, and Nixon is the first out of the third.
And true to form, Drabek.
The other player, the American League home run champion, Juan Gonzalez. The catcher's man. That's pretty well hit to right. But Alex Cole makes the catch, 2 down. We're in the third, 1-0 Atlanta.
Third baseman,
In the National League. 311 average during the regular season, 21 homers. He knocked in 105. Green gobbled it up and threw him out, and the Braves go in order in the third. After 3, 1-0 Atlanta.
Forget it. He has gone 916 at-bats in regular season play without ever hitting a home run.
That's the highest total of at-bats among any active player without a homer. Mark Lemke threw him out. Most of the rest on that list. And that's ball 4. Bell just the second base runner for Pittsburgh. Both via walks thrown by John Smoltz.
You know what, Sean? I think Smoltz wanted that pitch.
Breaking ball, throws it.
He stares off a slider, and now it's a fork ball.
Payoff pitch. He bounced it off the plate. It gets away from Berryhill, who can't find it. Bell's going to try for third, and he'll get there without a throw.
That's the one thing about Smoltz. He had 17 wild pitches this year.
Pirates still do not have a hit against John Smoltz. He has walked 3. 2 in this inning. A pop-up. Bonds was running on that pitch. Bream in foul ground. That ends the threat. The Pirates strand their first 2 base runners of the night, and after 3.5, still 1-0 Atlanta.
To David Justice.
Pirates have 3 men on the right side of their infield for the payoff pitch. Bell, the shortstop, was on the second base side of the bag. But it didn't matter as Justice drew the walk. Call from first base umpire Randy Marsh until much later is that on plays between home plate and the bag, that is the call of the home plate umpire. Toward the gap in left center. Bonds on the run. He won't get it. Off the wall and a hop. Justice is being waved in. Bell's relay is off the mark. It's 2-0 Atlanta. Atlanta. Bream in scoring position with nobody out. After the visit by pitching coach Ray Miller, Gant bunts down to first. Merced bobbles, throws to first. It gets away from Lee. Here comes Bream to make it 3-0. Marlins have spoken with Bill Verdon, the coach on the Pirates staff. Gant running, the pitch is strike 3, the throw not in time. So Ron Gant remains perfect in postseason play. Well hit, center field. Van Slyke on the move, makes the catch. Gant tags and takes third. He's there with 2 outs. Another 3-2 pitch. A little extra on that one from Doug. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but 2 runs score. And after 4, it's 3-0 Atlanta.
Opts for 290-pound lineman charging in on him, then the slider.
Orlando Merced strikes out. He had walked his first time up. 1 out in the 5th inning. And that's the 4th strikeout of the night for the National League strikeout leader during the regular season. He struck him out on the bad ball. Berryhill has to throw down to first for the out. Back-to-back strikeouts for John Smoltz here in the 5th, in whatever role Jim Leland and Ray Miller deem necessary. Jose Lean chopped it over the reach of Smoltz. Lemke on the run, high throw, and he's safe. That will likely be the game's first hit. Lemke had a chance to get him with a good throw. Fastball blew him away. Smoltz struck out the side in the inning and also surrendered the first hit for the Pirates halfway through the ball game. 3-0 Atlanta. So he's determined to atone for whatever mistakes that he has made. Great way to do it. And Slyke started back, but he has plenty of time to make the catch for the first out of the 5th.
Albert Bell.
And Charles Nagy, they have the starting pitcher to build the staff around. Blauser deep down the left field line, hooking toward the pole. It is a home run. Solo homer for Jeff Blauser, the right-hander throwing in the bullpen. Chopped down to first. Merced waves off Drabek and makes the play for the second out of the 5th. Braves lead 4-0. Now the 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, lifted to deep right center. At the warning track, it's off the wall. Van Slyke scoops it up. Justice will stop at second with a double. Trying to deliver David Justice. We doubled with 2 outs here in the 5th. Jeff Blauser homered earlier in the inning. And that's a routine fly ball to center. Van Slyke the catch, and that ends the inning. The Braves add another on the solo home run by Jeff Blauser, and will return to Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium after this word. John Smoltz, first pitch of the inning, lined into center field by Alex Cole. And the Pirates on the comeback trail and have their second hit. Good to see another hit from Pittsburgh from the standpoint that the first one that broke up the no-hit bid.
Mentality of baseball that you should run when you're up by 2, 3, or 4 runs.
Bell bounces it down to third. That's one at second. That's a double play.
Oh, boy. That was big time right there.
Without scoring more than 2 runs in an inning. Doesn't bode well for their chances of getting back into this one tonight. Van Slyke has them back on that track, they hope, with a ringing single that knocked John Smoltz to the deck.
Pittsburgh needs an eye-opener, and they've got a guy who can do that. He will be a free agent after the season.
Very high, but not very deep. A long run for Gant, but he's there and makes the catch in fair territory for the final out of the inning. On to the bottom of the 6th. Still Atlanta 4 and Pittsburgh nothing. Are scheduled here in the 6th inning. 4-0 Atlanta. Van Slyke. 1 out. If you're just joining us,
300 at bats this year, and very important to the Braves now with Greg Olson out of there.
Berryhill strikes out for the second out of the inning. That's the first strikeout for Bob Patterson, who has retired all 3 hitters he has faced. That next. And he does reach. And he hit it solidly again. Lemke 2 for 3, and the only time they got him out was on a deep drive and a very well hit ball to center field. Most of the year, you would have expected Tom Glavine to have been the starter in game 1. His numbers tailed off a bit late in the year, and Bobby Cox made the decision to go with John Smoltz, who's out on the ground ball to second. Back to Atlanta in a moment. Merced to follow. And caught. An inch or 2 higher, and that ball was in left field. Pendleton got it at the top of his leap for the first out of the inning.
And last year becoming only the 4th pitcher in history to start the decisive game of both the championship series and the World Series. The other 3 pitchers, Blue Moon Odom in 1972, Pete Vukovich in 1982, and Brett Saberhagen in 1985.
If there's a game 7 in the National League Championship Series, he'll be here in Atlanta. The Braves qualified for the World Series. Game 7 of the Fall Classic would be here as well. The catch made by Justice. Smoltz works a 1-2-3 inning. Stretch time in Atlanta. 4-0 Braves. Otis Nixon leading off in the bottom of the 7th against reliever Bob Patterson, who's pitched an inning and a third of shutout relief while allowing just 1 hit. Bell will have to hurry. He knew it, and he dropped the ball. Even if he had turned and gotten the throw off, it was unlikely he was going to get the speedy Otis Nixon.
The other school of thought is to put the team away with a bunch of runs, and you don't do that by bunting.
They switched to the steal, and Nixon stole it with ease.
See, that's the biggest reason I'm against the bunt in a situation like that.
That's ball 4, first and second, and nobody out. It's the first walk thrown by Bob Patterson. The out, and that's what the Braves did after the bunt try on the first pitch. Terry Pendleton is 0 for 3 tonight. Little looper that will fall in center. Nixon is being waved in. Van Slyke with the throw to the plate. It is cut off, and the Braves lead 5-0. Threatening to blow it wide open as Nagel inherits runners at first and second with nobody out. A little bit hard for Belliard to get much of a jump away from second with Bell right behind him. But they do move, and Justice lifts it to right, not very deep. The runners retreat as Cole makes the catch. That's the first out of the 7th inning. Atlanta leads 5-0. Here in the 7th. 2 men on with 1 down. Merced. And they erase the middleman, Terry Pendleton. Belliard to third on the play. And Bream now 2 for 4, safe on the fielder's choice with 2 outs. A pop-up. King and Bell, and it's Bell. Just the 1 run in the long 7th inning for Atlanta. 5-0 Braves as we head to the 8th. 2-1 pitch. Well hit. Left field. Gant to the warning track, to the wall, and it's a home run. Chico Lane did not hit a home run during the regular season. He hits one in the top of the 8th inning of game 1 of the National League Championship Series. And the Pirates are on the board. It's 5-1.
You talk about a shock.
Set by Steve Avery last year. He'll have a chance to continue that streak tomorrow afternoon against the Pirates. Hot smash handled nicely on the hop by Lemke, who threw him out. Varsho hit a bullet, and Lemke made a terrific play. Let's check in with Jim Gray. Well, if he hits a home run, then we really will have an investigation.
It's time for the bullpen.
In the air, but not deep. And Justice puts it away for the second out.
The team that wins probably will get the deepest into the ball game with their starters, and certainly this is a case where that's happened.
Pendleton throws him out. Pirates get their first run of the ball game in the 8th on the leadoff home run by Chico Lean, his first. And this is Olsen without coffee. Jay Bell handles the pop-up for the first out of the 8th.
Day in and day out. They just put it up when they want something pleasurable to see.
On July 25th here in Atlanta, he robbed Andy Van Slyke of what would have been a game-tying home run in the 9th inning. Games and hit 6 home runs. Well hit to right, but room for Alex Cole as he drifts back. Now a step or two in for the second out of the inning. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Mark Lemke at first. Atlanta leading 5-1. Foul tip into the middle of LaValliere, and that ends the inning.
I'm so glad we got that in.
The big guns coming up for Pittsburgh. Van Slyke, Bonds, and King. They need 4 to tie. 5-1 Atlanta.
I think the most memorable thing about Stanton last year in postseason play was in Game 7 when Bobby Cox, with runners on at first and third, walked Kirby Puckett.
He blows Van Slyke away on 3 pitches.
And the next batter was Ken Herbeck, and Ken Herbeck hit into a double play. A little humpback liner to the second baseman.
.20. No wonder they were booing. Since then, 2.10 his earned run average. Belliard throws him out, and the Braves are 1 out away from victory in Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. Bonds down the right field line, and a long run for Justice. He can't get there. King on his way to second, and he'll get in there standing as Justice couldn't scoop it up on his first attempt. So the Pirates are still alive with a 2-out base runner in the 9th inning. That's just the 5th hit of the night for Pittsburgh. The 2-2 pitch. He struck him out. And Game 1 of the NLCS belongs to the Atlanta Braves.